Monica. We appreciate it. We'd like to say good morning to Brad Ike. He is the president of the Will County Threshermen's Association. Hello, Brad. How you doing, buddy?
Well, good morning. Real well.
Yeah, thanks for coming in. We appreciate it. We've had you in studio before. We've talked about the Threshermen before, and we always are intrigued by your organization and how long you guys have been doing this vintage tractor drive and been a club. First of all, Brad, so where are you from and where do you farm, sir?
Well, I grew up on a farm. I do not farm.
You do not farm anymore?
No.
Okay.
Nope. I grew up on a dairy farm about 30 miles west of here.
That's what I thought you did.
And there wasn't enough room for me to stay home and farm, so I had to find work elsewhere. So
They kicked you out of the litter, huh?
Yeah, yep.
All right. Well, good. So the Threshermen, and that's one of these organizations where you've got to tell pretty much everyone what it is. So when you say Threshermen, tell everybody a little bit about what that is.
Well, before everybody knows what a big combine is these days, well, before that, they had these threshing machines that sat in the field, and they had to bring the crop to the machine, and they had to scoop it in by hand, and it separate the wheat, from the straw.
Right.
And, the combine took over, and it's all one-stop operation now. So we want to keep this alive to show people how it used to be, and it was a lot of work. So we got a great group of people that love these machines and keep them running, and
awesome.
A lot of the equipment we use is 80 to 100 years old, and it's all running in good shape.
That is amazing. And for the last 62 years, this is incredible. For the last 62 years, the Will County Threshermen's Association, you guys have had this annual antique tractor and steam engine show, and it's going on again. We have a couple of other events, though, we want to let people know about. Then we'll get to the show. So let's talk about June 8th. First of all, what's going on?
Well, we are going to have a tractor ride, which it's a old vintage tractor ride, we call it, and it's a fun ride. The tractors go about 10, 12 miles an hour, and we go about 35 miles, and we've got stops where we stop to have a little break, and then we have lunch, and we have another cookie break. We got homemade cookies we get to have, but we always got good cooks here. But it's just going to be a nice ride around Will County, and we'd love to have people stop and check us out while we're going by.
That's awesome. Absolutely cool. So where can we find the route?
It'd be on our website, Will County Thresherman Show, or you can go to steamshow.org.
Okay.
And it tells all the details right on there.
Nice. Very, very nice. All right, so there's something coming up on June 15th at the Tractor Supply Company, which I love, by the way. We have one in Shanahan now. The Tractor Supply Company in New Lenox. What's going on there?
Well, we did this last year, and it went over so well, we're doing it again. We call it a Tractor Discovery Day.
Right.
And we park about 20 tractors out in the parking lot, and people can come up and ask questions about them, take pictures by them. If the owners are around, you can sit on it and have a Kodak moment, and it's just a real cool preview to our show. Some of the equipment we have a couple demonstrations going, and we got some kids games we have a lot of kids games at our show, and there'll be stuff for the kids to do too. But it's just a real good partnership with Tractor Supply.
That's really, really cool. What time does all that get going?
It's from 9 o'clock to 3 o'clock.
Okay, cool. And these tractors,
and it's free. I got to make sure I got to say that.
Free is very important.
Yes.
How old are we talking in terms of the age of the tractors?
Oh, I'd say the newest ones would probably be 60 years old, and the oldest ones could be close to 100.
That's awesome.
So it is. It's amazing that they're all running, and somebody's taking the time to refurbish them.
That is cool. So I did go to steamshow.org, and your event on the 8th does go through. It starts at the Speece Farm in Joliet, on Joliet Road in Manhattan, and then you're going to go to other farms and down in Manhattan Township. You're going to be there, the Will County Threshermen Association grounds, and it's about 35 miles. And
right.
If people want to enter their tractor, they can do that also.
Yes, yeah. If you've got an antique tractor, we'd love to have you come along. It costs $65, but that includes your meal, and you get a hat and a magnet and all the cookies you can eat along the way. So it's a good deal.
Brad, why is this so important? And I think I know your answer, but tell people why this group of individuals, after all of these years, and when these tractors aren't used anymore, when a thresherman isn't necessary anymore, why do you keep this going?
Well, these days, all the tractors and the combines and all that are all have GPS in them, and they're all computerized. And back in the day when our parents and grandparents and great-grandparents were on the farm, it was all hand labor. And these tractors were a big modern thing for them to get away from the horses. And we just love to keep that history going and show people that farming was a lot of hard work back in the day.
Yeah. Steamshow.org is where you can find all this information. We are going to talk to you in a few weeks regarding, let's save the date, the 62nd annual Tractor and Steam Engine Show. That's going to be in Manhattan near Wilton Center. It'll be in the middle of July, the 18th through the 21st. It's a huge event, open to the public, and it literally is taking you back in time to the good old days. Good stuff. Brad, thank you so much for doing what you guys do. I think it's fantastic.
Well, thanks for having us on, and we sure appreciate the help because we want to keep this going for another 62 years. So.
I hope so. I hope we're here to talk about it in 62 years, too.
Okay.
It's 8:32. Thank you, sir. We appreciate it. Coming up next.